I think what really draws me to the place is the unique ability to leave the dock and see some of the most beautiful country you've ever seen and not see another person all day long.
There he is. Woo! Look at that, Rob. Carnage!
Woo, baby! There we go. You know what that means, don't you?
What does that mean?
Backcountry slam. This is one of my favorite times of the year in South Florida because you start having this huge bait migration down both coasts, down the Gulf Coast and the Atlantic coast. A lot of the game fish start moving up in the shallow water on the edges and the river mouths and everything.
Right.
You know, anticipating that bait migration. It's fun to fish with a guy who fishes for a living. Like you know, we both fish for a living, but this is so different. This isn't what you get to do every day being a bass pro. So I enjoy pulling you down the shoreline and watching you pick it apart. Because that's what you do for a living, is pick shorelines apart a lot of the time.
This is what you call a target-rich environment here.
Right. This time of year, you know, mid-October is kind of the end of our wet season, but generally, mid-September to mid-October is our wettest time. It's when the fresh water is the deepest, draining out of the glades, you know? There's a trough that kind of runs along the shore. There you go, buddy. There you go. Good job, good job. I thought it was a snook.
Yeah, it's a little tarpon. Might be another one there.
I totally thought it was a snook. We'll take it. That was awesome. It's a great bite.
Looks like a tarpon, but smaller.
Yeah. There we go.
Thank you.
Hey, it's a tarpon.
Good start.
It's
Thank
a fish,
you.
buddy.
Yeah, I'm having fun, man.
Good job.
I don't get to do this every day like you do.
I know.
You know?
I know. Oh, well, I don't get to do it every day. Yeah, I just watch it every day. I'm on the wrong end of the boat. I met Bernie probably 18, 20 years ago at a tournament, and we realized that we had a lot of mutual friends. I mean, he was friends with a good friend of mine, Flip Pallett, and then we realized that when I was a little guy, my dad owned a service station in Miami, and he would frequently go in that service station and get work done to his vehicle or whatever. So we ended up befriending each other at a tournament in the Keys, and we've never looked back. I mean, we've spent dozens of days together in this great place, you know, of the Everglades. In this water, though, they really key
They'll come find
on
it.
that noise. That's why I throw poppers in here.
Right.
And man, they'll go a long ways to come eat it.
Yeah, about a 20-pounder. What is it? Big red?
No,
Is that a black drum?
That was a snook, bud. That was a snook.
Wait,
Like a
here's another one.
20-pounder.
Here's another one, right here.
He's looking at you. You got him. Good job, buddy. Good job. That was awesome. That was cool.
Good jump in the boat.
That thing spun around on that bait, man. He couldn't stand it.
He swallowed it. He's wearing it like a cigar, Rob.
Yeah, he liked it.
They like that little bait.
They do. They do.
I don't know if it's the action, the color, maybe a combination.
See if I can do this without getting stuck. Woo, baby.
There you go. All right. Thank you,
job.
man.
Good
Yeah,
job,
that's
brother.
fun.
That's awesome.
It's like a bass, only longer. He spun around on it. You see that?
No,
I kind
it was
of
awesome.
drug it over its back and he turned around.
I was hoping he'd go away from it and hit my bait. Good job, man.
It's your turn. That's a beautiful fish. It's so cool back in this skinny water like that.
It's one of the most ancient forms of hide and seek known to man. And nobody knows how to play the fishing game better than the backcountry guides and offshore captains of the Florida Keys and Key West. Ready or not, here we come.
There's no espresso machine, no smiling barista, just you and an axe. You're welcome to a hot cup of comfort, but you gotta serve yourself.
The Seahunter is brought to you by the Florida Keys and Key West. Come as you are. Seahunter boats, indestructible, unsinkable. Yeti coolers, built for the wild. Yamaha outboards. Wet Sounds, the ultimate sound machine for your boat. Quantum and Finor, inshore and offshore reels since 1933.
You know, when I was a kid, fishing was just all about fun. It was all about catching fish and different kinds of fish, going to different destinations. You know, my grandfather liked to fish on the coast and he liked to fish inland, and I got to go along, and my mom loved to fish. My dad never fished, but my dad always made sure I was around water. Even though he wouldn't fish and didn't care anything about it, he made sure I had a boat and that we lived on the water.
Over here to your left, a big fish. Just wait. It's going out in front of us now. Oh.
God.
Stop it. Twitch it. Twitch it.
Oh, he's big.
Twitch it.
Robbie.
This wasn't big, it was huge. Dang, he rolled on that thing.
Can you hold it here? There's a lot of fish right here. I can't believe he didn't eat it.
Oh, God. Listen to that. There you go.
Dude, that was awesome. Great cast. Good job, man. I grew a passion, actually at a young age, for the Everglades themselves. Actually wasn't in the saltwater part of it, but bass fishing. As a youngster, I'd go with my uncle and my dad occasionally, and my grandfather, and we'd just go in the canals and stuff off the Tamiami Trail and just fish for bass. And I love the solitude of the place and the unique things that you'd see. You know, when you get away from the city and get out there in the glades, you'd see so much wildlife, deer and wild turkeys and just the bird life, and the fishing was kind of an extra bonus, you know, to just being a part of it.
Nice.
There you go, buddy.
That's awesome. You know what that means, don't you?
What does that mean?
Backcountry Slam.
Oh, we're on our way.
You got a Snook.
Right.
You got a Tarpon this morning.
Oh, that's right.
You got a Redfish.
The Slam. Oh,
Good job. When was the last time you got to do that?
It's been a while. It's been almost a year, I think.
That's a pretty fish. Man, he's full of bait. He's been eating.
Yeah, he messed up and gave his presents away. And
Let me see that bait. Now, is this something you use for bass?
well, actually, no. I designed it for redfish, but
You designed it.
I did, yeah, for Hildebrandt. It's a 10 head, and it's got the Z-Man. Go ahead and stretch the body. You'll see how it stretches.
Holy moly.
Yeah,
Look at that.
it's got a lot of stretch to it. But it worked killer in New York, and we had a couple of events up north on the Canadian border,
Right.
smallmouth events, and the smallmouth ate that thing up. And they're like,
Well, that redfish just ate it up.
yeah, he did. Yeah, man, that was fun. Thank you.
Good job, buddy.
I started on a path of competitive fishing, and I've been on it ever since. It's a great lifestyle. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of travel, and it's extremely demanding. I mean, you got people that expect you to be places when you're not on the water competing. There's a whole other side to professional fishing that's you know, you're obligated to a lot of different companies and media, and you know, you try to get family in there, and you want to try and balance all that, and it's a challenge, but you know, I'm a lucky guy. That's basically what I do, is I fish bass tournaments for a living. That was awesome. I mean, he made the boat and everything, and
Yeah, he's still making the boat.
you know, they either have real short memories or they just have a great appetite.
Yeah, that'll work.
A nice, guy's gorgeous. The brassy
They are
color.
pretty up there. They look like a penny.
Yeah, they do. Nice.
Bernie, I literally had this much line out, and I went like this. I just went bloop, bloop, and he ate it right there, right off my rod tip, and then all hell broke loose.
I thought he was done. I figured he made the boat and it was over and we'd have to find another fish, but
Yeah.
Nice job. Oh, right to your right. Oh, he got it. Great shot. What a cast. That was insane. That was insane. You put it on his nose. Dude, I was betting on the fish on that deal.
Why? You don't have any faith in me or what?
Nice work.
Thank you.
And that was sweet.
Thanks for pulling me down the shoreline. It's been a while since I got to get up there on the front. There was a bigger one there that took off the other way, yeah. Wish I'd have caught him, but I'm happy with this one.
That was cool. That cast had to be just exactly the way you presented it, or that wasn't going to happen.
Right.
There was no room for error. Nice work.
Thank you. Man, I'm getting nailed. Can't catch one. There we go. I had a fish on, and he came off. I don't know if it was the same fish, and I was disgusted with myself. And as soon as I got tight again, there was another fish on it. I don't know if the original one came
back, or
or if it was a new one.
Oh, that's on the air trap. Nice. Got him plugging.
Mm-hmm. He's barely hooked now.
Got it?
Yeah.
Pliers are right behind you if you need them. Nothing wrong with that.
No, that'll work. Totally thought that deal was over and got
It just
lucky.
got tight again, huh?
Yep. Cool. That works, buddy. Feels good to be up there on the bow for a change.
Yeah, I like this.
You're probably one of the few bass guys that could actually pole.
I'm a team player, brother.
You are, man. I
I'm
like
a team
it.
player.
I like it.
You know, I love fishing because of the challenge. You really never know what the next day brings. Whether I'm bass fishing in a tournament Whether I'm on the flats fishing with my buddies, it's, you know, my kids. You don't know what's going to bite in saltwater a lot of the time. That's part of the surprise aspect of it. You know, I really enjoy that, the mystery of what's going to happen next.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I got one. Oh, mine came off. There he is.
Woo!
Outside jack.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Look at that, Rob. Carnage!
Woo, baby! There we go.
Ah, come on.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good jack there, buddy.
Broke him off.
I did.
We'll get on him again. I got another rod rig there. Oh, man, you're kidding.
Ooh, boy. Well, they just kicked our ass. Left us holding nothing.
Got him?
That feels like a big fish.
See if I can get one with him.
When they get sideways, man, it's like trying to pull a house sideways. Man, he's pulling the boat. Good job. Got it? Dude, on a little 10-pound spinning rod, that's a pretty good fish, you know? That was fun.
Want to get another one?
Yeah, we try. Let's see if we can find them again.
There's no specials on days like today. Nothing's cheap. Nothing's on the house. You can have your happy hour, but only after you've paid the full price.
It's one of the most ancient forms of hide and seek known to man. And nobody knows how to play the fishing game better than the backcountry guides and offshore captains of the Florida Keys and Key West. Ready or not, here we come.
The Seahunter is brought to you by Garmin will take you there. Lumar. Best Fab. Alvarez General Boats. Acroplex for all your custom acrylics. Sea Star Solutions. You know, the one thing about the fishery in the Glades that is a little bit unique to other saltwater fisheries is, depending on the water level and the situation, there are often times when you have to be extremely accurate in your casting, or your lure is going to be in the trees. And if you're not close enough to the trees, you're not going to get a bite. So, you know, an angler that doesn't fish or make a lot of casts in a year sometimes doesn't have the capability of, when I pole down a shoreline, which is a lot of effort sometimes to pole a guy, you know, half a mile down a bunch of mangroves. If the lure is in the right place 5% of the time, I don't know whether there were fish there or not, and our chances of success are pretty low. But you fish somebody like Bernie, who makes a living casting. I mean, he doesn't make $1 unless he's casting all day long. A guy that casts that much is a hell of a caster. So I don't ever have to worry about Bernie putting the lure in the right place, and it often leads to great successful days because the lure's in the right place and we're in the right place where the fish are. So it all adds up to often great fishing. I was looking at your bait when you skipped it under there.
Yeah.
And that fish rose up behind it and like put his nose on that bait. And as soon as you twitched it, he pounded it. It was really cool to see that. I mean, it all happened pretty quick, but
Yeah.
good going. Look how this fish is a little more silver.
Oh, look
look
at
he
it.
just coughed up a bait.
There's dinner right there.
That's what he's eating, yeah.
There you go. There's the match.
Go on, brother. This is one of those spots that I drove by the mouth of this creek 100 times. It's kind of off a part of the bigger bay that I just don't go too much.
Right, right.
Yeah, I was able to discover this little creek, and it opens up into this big lagoon
Does it really?
that has some quality snook in it and sometimes some medium-sized tarpon.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't take you long to get fishing.
This is awesome in here.
There's
Oh,
one,
see
too.
that?
Yeah,
Now, is that tarpon or
that was a
snook?
tarpon.
That was a snook. That was a snook. I hear him moving back there. Oh, eat that. Look at this side. Look at the size of this one. Oh! Back him out, Rob. Back him out. He's
I'm
coming
gonna
out.
stay right here for a second. Pull left.
I got him out. I got him out. brother.
I'm kind of hung up in the trees here.
Are you?
Yeah, you're kind of on your own, brother. Oh, I do not believe we got that fish out of there. I do not believe that.
Most of the fight was underwater. Man, what a pretty fish.
Dude, that was incredible. You were kind of on your own on that deal. Unfortunately, he came to us rather than going away.
Yeah, he did.
That was kind of lucky on that deal. You knew there had to be one in there. It's just,
How about that?
that'll work, brother. That'll work. That's what we came for.
Hold still. Boy, he wasn't getting off.
I wasn't worried about him coming unhooked. I was worried about him coming unglued.
Brother, that's a good one there.
Yes, sir. But that was an awesome catch.
He spent his energy trying to get up under the canopy
Yeah, yeah.
instead of jumping.
That was cool. What made that fish great was the spot you caught him in.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. There might be another one there. Who knows? I mean, he's not a giant, but he's respectable.
He's a giant for a little tiny spot.
Yeah. He's biting my thumb. You're free, buddy.
That was kind of lucky on that deal. But that was an awesome catch. I think what really draws me to the place is the unique ability to leave the dock at 7 in the morning and return when the sun's going down and see some of the most beautiful country you've ever seen and not see another person all day long. And to leave a place like South Florida, Miami, you know, a town that has 5 million people in it, and catch some really cool fish is a pretty unique situation. So I think that's why I love this place so much. It's kind of a getaway, but to me it feels like I'm going home.